This podcast is brought to you by Walt & Co. Walt & Co. creates park-inspired apparel for Disnerds big and small. Their apparel is all hand-printed on only the highest quality of garments, and their customer service is second to none.
As a thank you to our listeners, Walt & Co. would like to offer you 15% off your first order. Just use the code PATROL15 at checkout, and they'll take care of the rest. Walt & Co. Bring the magic right to your front door. Hello and welcome back to the Disney Patrol podcast. My name is Hayden Lyle, and I'm joined here, as always, by Keegan Turner. And today we have a fun one for you. Today we're going to be talking about our top 5 favorite rides each. But before we get into that, I just kind of want to kick it over to Keegan to see kind of what his criteria was for choosing his 5 favorite rides.
I guess my first order of business was nostalgic. Would probably be mine.
Stuff you got memories with?
Yeah, when I look back on Disney, what I think of immediately for rides, that's probably how I was categorizing these. And then I picked my favorite ones from there.
All right, yeah. I mean, for me, I thought of each park, and then the first ride that came to my mind for each park is kind of the one I went with.
That was my second way of thinking about it, but then I was picking rides from each park, but then I was like, well, I like this ride better. For instance, ones that didn't make my list, I was like, well, I like Rock and Roller Coaster better than I like Spaceship Earth, so I'd rather have that on my list, but I would be adding more, you know what I mean, from different parks.
Right.
But I kind of threw that out the window and went strictly on, when I think of Disney, what are my rides?
Yeah, I mean, I also thought of rides that made me the most excited in each park.
Yeah, yep.
So with that being said, let's kick it off right with you, and let's hear your first one.
Mine are not in any specific order. I don't know if yours are.
No, neither.
Okay, so I'm just gonna start off with Pirates of the Caribbean.
All right, classic Disney classic.
That's a favorite of mine. I mean, I love the animatronics. I love the storyline of the ride. I love I couldn't think of something to change in there.
Did you like it more before the update, or are you okay with the update?
I mean, I thought that was kind of ridiculous, if I'm being honest.
I mean, I get, being politically correct and all that, but that was like a classic Disney ride.
Yeah, if it were up to me, I'd say no, but I mean, I understand.
I didn't really find it.
They gotta cover their backsides. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really find any of it offensive. I'm also not, a woman or someone that would take offense.
Yeah, we're not the target audience of that specific thing.
I guess I understand that, but it's a little
that's my. I don't want to say it's my favorite, but it's
definitely up there.
It's top 2, I'd say. I love the song. I love it. So catchy. I love it. I know one of my earliest memories of going to Disney is with your family, my family, and your family. And I remember riding this ride with you guys. That's one of the only memories I have was riding this with you guys.
It's got it all. It's a classic. It's got a little bit of the thrill in the beginning when you go down the hill, and it's a fun one. It's definitely it didn't make my list, but it's definitely a good one. All right, so for mine, I know I said mine weren't in any particular order, but this is far and away my favorite ride.
Okay.
And if you ask me, it's definitely the best ride in all of Walt Disney World, and I'm talking about Flight of Passage in Pandora.
Okay.
I mean, I know you haven't had a chance to ride this one yet, but it is far and away the most fun ride, the most exciting ride in all of Walt Disney World.
Bottom line,
bar none.
Wow.
There's nothing even close if you ask me.
From past and present, nothing
past
close.
And present.
Wow. Okay.
If you're going to Walt Disney World, you have to make this your number one priority to ride it because it is that good. Starting with just standing in line in general. I mean, for one, you're going to be standing in line for a long time, especially if you don't have a fast pass. But the standby queue is also the best in Walt Disney World. I mean, there's so much to look at. There's so much to see. I don't want to put any spoilers in here, but I'm just going to tell you, I know you're going to want a fast pass because you don't want to stand in line for 3 hours, but if you're able to get there for rope drop or something, do the standby queue because it's worth seeing. A lot of people describe it like Soarin' because I guess, in a lot of ways they have similarities.
That's what I thought.
I mean, it is like Soarin' in a sense.
I haven't watched any videos on it because I want to ride it.
Right, but it is so much better. I mean, it's like Soarin' on steroids. It's every aspect of Soarin', kind of that immersive 3D experience, but it's everything turned up to 11. For one, you're on your own mobile, I guess I'd call it. So you get your own motions and stuff, which is cool. And it really makes you feel like you're riding on the back of an e-ron, I think they're called. It's truly incredible. I mean,
Wow.
it's a must-do experience.
Okay.
100%.
All right. Well, to stay on the Animal Kingdom side, I'm gonna jump into my favorite. Another on my list is Dinosaur.
Oh, another great ride.
Dinosaur.
Another great ride.
I love. They have a good wait too. I think it's pretty cool. Like right before you get on the ride, that little area.
I mean,
that little like weird.
Oh, the good
like,
quote. Yeah, they have a good quote. You have like that whole little museum. Type thing.
Yeah, that's cool too.
Yeah.
I like that little like warehouse type thing right before you get in your little cart.
And they have that like the little movie you get to watch.
Yeah,
it's a good quote.
It's pretty
for sure.
Cool. I like. What I like, I think the coolest parts of the ride is like when you're going back in time and you're in that little like portal
with
the
flashing lights and everything. Yeah,
I love that.
I mean, that's another one that doesn't really have a bad part. It's all fun. It's
I mean, I love the storyline as well. You're going back to go get the dinosaur and stuff, and the animatronics are incredible.
I mean, I think it's kind of funny because that's such a great ride, such a well-known Animal Kingdom ride. But
and
like,
the movie
is no one knows about it.
No one.
A lot of people haven't seen it, but it's a good movie.
It's a good movie and it's a better ride.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's weird to me that people love the ride, but it's like it almost has nothing to do with the movie either. Like it's.
I mean, you've got the dinosaurs from the movie, and that's about it.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it.
But like, kind of weird. Like, I mean, I've been going to Disney World every year since I was 1 or 2 years old, so I've been there a lot of times. And we didn't ride Dinosaur up until like the past 5 or 6 years. We didn't even know.
Every time I've been, I've ridden it.
I don't know why. It was either my parents didn't think we'd like it, or they just didn't know it was there. But we did not ride it. Yeah. But
I can't remember why we've always ridden it. I think we went to Dino World like for me as a kid, super young. And then we were like, "Oh, let's go ride that."
Yeah, that's a good.
But yeah, I mean, it's not great for kids.
Dino Land USA, not Dino World.
Oh, sorry.
You got to be correct.
But yeah, I mean, I rode as a kid and freaked out. But next time I went to Disney, I liked it more. It's not a good ride for kids.
No, it can definitely be scary for kids.
Yeah,
but it's definitely a great ride. I definitely agree with you on that.
All right, what's your next one?
I'm gonna bring it over to Hollywood Studios, and I'm gonna go with Rock and Roller Coaster.
Love that ride.
Yeah, that's definitely my favorite Hollywood Studios ride. I mean, I don't know with all the new Star Wars Land stuff coming out. I got to see how that is. But right now, Rock and Roller Coaster is definitely my favorite Hollywood Studios ride. Another one with a pretty interesting quote. You know, you've got all the records on the walls. You get to go into the studio and meet the band.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
Fun.
That's my favorite part.
And then the best part of the ride, the takeoff. For those of you that hadn't ridden,
I don't know. I think the soundtrack is the best part of the ride.
I've got that on there as well. But the takeoff, you got Steven Tyler screaming in your ear.
Yeah.
It brings you back slowly like a slingshot, and then just you're off like a rocket. It pushes you back into your seat. I think that's great. It takes a picture right in the beginning, which is always fun.
My funny story, me and my two brothers went on, so it was 3 of us. So my brother Colby was a single rider. So me and my brother were sitting next to each other, and he was sitting next to a girl, and he put his hands up before the ride started, and they shot down and got stuck on her leg, and he couldn't lift it back up. So it was so awkward.
No.
It was so awkward.
That is terrible.
Yeah, and we also, Dylan, we didn't have a fast pass, and Dylan didn't want to wait in line, so he told me to like get out and go into like this other. I think it was like I don't know what lane it was, but it was no one was in this like line, and he's like, go in there and run, and we're gonna pretend to chase you. So I was like, okay. So I got out and ran. And they were like, oh, come back. And then they ran through, and we just got in a different line. They put us through.
Breaking the rules.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, if I saw that, oh, man, that would not fly.
I was young. I was like 6 or 7.
Oh, just
8.
taking advantage. Unbelievable. But yeah, like you said, big Aeros with fans, so I love the music that plays during the ride. And then this is one of the only Disney rides that has loops that put you upside down and barrels and stuff. Yes. So, it's definitely one of the more high thrill
I think rides, I'd say it is like what's it's 0 to what?
I don't know the exact speed. But
let me fact check right now. I think it's 66.
No, it's not that fast.
It's slower than that?
Yeah.
All right.
But it's fast. I think it's 0 to 60 in like I want to say like 3.2 seconds or something like that. But it's definitely quick, and it's like I said,
57 miles an hour.
57. So 0 to 57 in whatever 3.2, 3.3 seconds. So it's quick.
That's fast.
It's very fast, and it's fun, and like we said, great soundtrack. It's all in the dark. It's got a bunch of
signs.
Yeah, that's all. I love going through the donut shop,
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Cool.
So definitely one of my favorites.
I'm gonna do for another one Kilimanjaro Safari.
Oh, probably my second favorite Animal ride.
That's an awesome ride.
It really is. And
Experience.
It's always different every time you go.
That's also what's really cool about it. It's never gonna be the same twice. I really like that. I think my favorite part about it is that it's super educational to people that aren't aware of what's really going on.
Right, they really harp on like the preservation of animals in Africa and all the stuff that's
going on. And I think that's
my
my favorite part about it is that they're telling people that probably don't know. A lot of people don't know is how endangered some of the species are in there.
I think a lot of people know. They're just kind of
ignorant.
I don't want to use the word ignorant, but I feel like they just kind of push it to the side because they don't want to think
Ignorance
about stuff
is
like
bliss,
that.
like they say, but
right. But yeah, they do harp on the poaching thing.
Yeah, they really are.
Disney,
they really will tell. Like they just tell it how it is.
Yeah, Disney does donate a bunch of money each year.
Yeah, I think that's it's a really, especially for little kids. I mean, little kids obviously won't know, but when they ride these rides,
right? Yeah,
they'll see animals and you'll be like, well, there's not many of those left because of human beings ruining.
Yeah, I think it's cool that
I like that
they implement that into the ride, but there's also a lot of other cool stuff to see out there.
Oh yeah. I mean, when they walk like right next to you, it's crazy. I remember a giraffe walked super close to me when I was a little kid.
Yeah, I mean, and I like how they don't interrupt the animals at all. Like I remember last time we were there, we did the nighttime safari, and like an impala was sitting right in the middle of the road, and we sat there for 15 minutes waiting for the impala to move because they didn't want to disturb it. It just sat there, and they let it do its thing, and eventually it got up and left. But
I like how they make it. I mean, it's obviously not, but they make it look like it's one big area.
A lot of them are connected.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I mean, obviously they separate off.
But they do a really good job of not letting you understand that they separate it.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously,
it really does look like you're in Africa
right,
on some safari.
Looks like the lions, right there. Same thing with the wild dogs and the cheetahs. But it is really cool how they do that.
I really like that ride.
And I think just seeing like such animals you would never see
I mean
African elephants.
You can't even see these things at the zoo.
Oh no, African elephants. You got rhinos, lions, cheetahs. I've never seen wild dogs in my life before
me neither.
Disney World, so that's really cool and definitely a cool experience. So my next one, to Magic Kingdom we go. This is the ride I get most excited about every time I go to Magic Kingdom. Okay. I don't know why, but Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. That's my number one.
That's your most excited to get on?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I love that ride. I mean, I know people talk about, Space Splash, Thunder Mountain, or now Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. But for me, it's Buzz Lightyear.
I like Buzz Lightyear better than almost all of those.
It's just fun, I mean, I've never seen someone come off that ride without a smile on their face.
Right.
It's great. I mean, like I said, it's my favorite ride in Magic Kingdom, for sure. And I think it's just kind of fun to compete with, whoever you're with, be it your family, your friends, whoever you went on vacation with. It's just fun to compete, see who gets the high score. Makes you feel like you're 10 years old again.
Yeah,
it always makes you feel like a kid again. And I mean, people do know little hacks and cheats to get the high score. I mean, I know my fair share of cheats in that ride to get the 999,999, but definitely, in my opinion, the most fun ride in Magic Kingdom for sure.
All right, well, keeping on Magic Kingdom, Haunted Mansion.
You got all the classics.
Yes.
Another Disney
Haunted
classic.
Mansion is one of my favorites. I love the queue in that as well. My favorite part of that entire ride is like the infamous ballroom dancing scene. I love that.
There's forums dedicated to figuring out how Disney did that, and nobody knows.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
It really is.
That I remember seeing. I used to have this VHS tape before I ever went to Disney. I was when you're a kid, you watch the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And it was of Disney World, and Haunted Mansion was in it. I remember seeing that, and I was like, "What?" And they used to play the Grim Grinning Ghost, I think it is, the song they play at the end when you're going through the cemetery. That was in that VHS tape. I remember the first time I rode that ride, I saw that in person. Yeah. I rode that. I rode it, saw that whole scene in person. I was like, my mind was blown. I still don't. Every time I see it, I still
It's a
don't
catchy
understand.
tune.
Yeah, I mean the song, and then you see the whole ballroom scene. I just don't understand. I still don't get it.
That's one of a few rides that's inspired the movie because they had the movie, the Eddie
Yes.
Murphy movie.
Yep.
But
That movie was a big for me, but
What do you think for? it's.
it's okay.
I mean, I think I would describe that as kind of like the Fast and Furious movies. It's not great, but it's entertaining and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
You know, it's not going to win any awards.
No, no.
It's a good one. What do you think about kids on that one?
I don't know. When I rode it as a kid, I wasn't scared, and that might have been because I watched that tape so many times because it showed the ride. It might have been because of that, because I was excited to get on it, but I don't know. I was never scared.
I don't remember being scared on that ride either, but
maybe like spooked, but I was
Yeah.
never like actually like freaking out
I mean,
scared.
I've definitely heard my fair share of
Have you?
crying kids on there. But
I don't even remember.
I don't know. I mean, I just feel like it's not obviously not designed to scare people, but I think there's some genuinely scary stuff in there, especially if you're a younger.
I
kid.
think if you haven't seen that ballroom thing as a kid, you would think it's actually ghosts.
Yeah, or like at the end when they put a ghost in your cart, I feel like that definitely scares some younger.
I
kids,
like
but
that part. That part's cool.
Anyway, I digress. Keeping in the Magic Kingdom, this is probably the only quote unquote classic. It's not even a classic, but I feel like it's strictly a Disney person ride to go on. It's the People Mover. I love the People Mover. Probably ride it 100 times every time I'm in Disney World. You know, it's a great way to pass time. There's never a wait.
Yeah.
It's relaxing, and not so much anymore with Happily Ever After. But when they had Wishes, or it was a really cool way to watch fireworks. You know, you get really cool angles and stuff like that. You love going behind quote unquote behind the scenes of rides. Like if Space Mountain's down, definitely hop on the People Mover because you can go inside Space Mountain and see what the light's on.
Yep.
And if you do that, you might never want to ride Space Mountain again because everything is just as close to you as you think it is. So it's kind of scary to see Space Mountain with the lights on, but People Mover, another great Disney classic. Definitely check it out when you're there.
Yeah, I think I've only been on it once or twice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my, we ride it. I mean,
I remember the only reason we went on it the first time, I didn't even know what it was. I was super young, and we were there with my grandma, and she wanted to just do something sitting down, relaxing. So we went on that.
I mean, it's just, I feel like it's a very unknown ride because right around that you've got Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, Space Mountain, you've got the Carousel of Progress, the Astro Orbiter, which is down right now for repairs, but so a lot of people just pass it up or don't really know what it is, but
yeah, I definitely that's a recommend for sure.
It's just a great way to pass time, and it is pretty cool to see stuff from that angle and everything. Yeah. Another thing I want to see if they implement. I don't know if they've announced this yet, but I want to see if they implement it into the new Tron coaster. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Do you think they would?
I mean, it's right there.
True.
And it's already going through Space Mountain, so it'd be kind of cool to see if they did that. I don't know if there's plans for that or not. I haven't really read into that, but
yeah, that'd be interesting.
It'd be cool to see if they do that.
So the last on my list is Thunder Mountain. Had to include a mountain in there, and Thunder Mountain's by far my favorite
of the mountains.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I agree with that, but all right.
I mean, what are you putting in front of it for you?
For mountains?
Yeah.
Space Mountain.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
No way. It's I mean, I like Space Mountain, don't get me wrong, but Thunder Mountain just infinitely better.
Okay.
I love the scenery. I love how they I think it's called stagmite, and they do staglight as well. They have the when you're going up, they have it almost looks like towers of rocks coming out of a little cave.
Stalagmites and stalactites.
Yes, yeah, that's what it is. that whole situation. I love that. I love they do they have the little houses, they have all the water.
The scenery is definitely cool. It's definitely a cool.
I think it just has so much aspects to it, rather than just going through the desert. They added a lot of stuff.
I mean, I think Thunder Mountain is a great ride for the whole family. It's not too fast. There's no big hills or anything. Minus the first 30 seconds where you go through that wicked loud cave with the bats and everything. That can scare some kids, but it is a great ride for the whole family. But I feel like the mountains are supposed to be thrill rides or roller coaster stuff like that, and I don't think Thunder Mountain is the best thrill ride out of the three.
No, I don't think I wouldn't even classify it as a thrill ride.
Yeah, right.
Maybe for some people.
So for me, I'm throwing Space Mountain for my number one
mountain. It's fair.
Would you include the mine train in the mountains?
No.
No, or I mean, neither do I. There's, you have the Three Mountains, and then Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is kind of its own thing. But
Yeah. Do people even? Is that a thing that people do?
it's definitely an argument I've seen in Facebook groups
Really?
and stuff like that. Oh yeah.
I definitely wouldn't. It's very. I mean, it's not similar, but it's if it's gonna be close to anything, it'd be close to Thunder Mountain. I think it's more like thrill. It's more of a thrill.
It's more thrilling than Thunder Mountain, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Thunder Mountain's definitely a good one to have on there.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And so for my last one, going to Epcot, I got Test Track. Test Track, again, if you ask me, best ride in Epcot. Not such a Mission Space guy, and Soarin's great and all, but once you've done Flight of Passage, it kind of ruins Soarin' for you, if you ask me.
What about Spaceship Earth?
Classic, definitely. I mean, that's just a must-do, but I feel like Spaceship Earth is kind of like People Mover in the fact that, you don't really need to plan for it. Just never
Okay, continue.
There's not,
I was gonna say I'm more of a fan of Spaceship Earth.
Then Test Track?
Yeah. Okay, listen. Like Test Track is fun the first time,
well, they just updated
and then
it.
the first time, and then that's it.
They just updated it.
It's the same ride
So there's
every
that.
single
I don't think
time.
you've ridden the updated version.
When they update it?
2 years ago?
No.
3 years ago?
What they update? What they specifically change?
The whole
I
ride's
can't
different.
even remember
The whole
now.
ride's different, except the outside portion. But everything else is different. You get to design your own car.
Oh no, I was there for that.
Okay, so you haven't done the update. Yeah, I mean, I love designing your own car. That's another way to compete, which is competing is always fun, if you ask me. And
I wrote it before and I wrote it after the update.
what do you think the update's better than before?
Yes.
I do. I think the update
It's
added a
definitely
lot.
better,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna say again, you ride it once and then you go to ride it again, and you're just doing the same. I mean,
you
obviously,
can say that about any ride.
yeah, but like, I don't know. It just like I can't. It's fun, but it's not something I would choose.
I mean, you're a big nostalgia guy, and I get
True,
that Spaceship Earth
true.
is nostalgic and all that, but
I would rather see some cool animatronics than ride Test Track. I guess that's what I'm getting at.
I love the design of your own car. I mean, I'm a big car guy. Like, I love Disney, and I love cars.
That's why I get the whole
Yeah,
for
those are
you
my
for
two
Test Track. I
things.
knew
I
that'd be
mean,
on your list.
I love designing your own car. I like seeing all the new stuff GM's coming out with. I like
Yep.
seeing where you rank versus everyone else who's ridden the ride, that week, that year, whatever it is. And a lot of people don't know, but it's the fastest ride in Walt Disney World. And who doesn't love to go fast?
Yeah. But what's the speed when you leave? Do you know?
I think the top speed reaches is 66 or something like that, right around there, 66, 67. So it's the fastest.
I think it is 67.
Yeah, 60. I mean, I think it depends, honestly, on like who you have in your car and stuff like
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
65, 66 is the top speed, and it's just fun. As far as Epcot goes, I think it's the most fun ride in Epcot. I mean, again, Spaceship Earth is you must do it. It's nostalgic. I get that.
I think I can agree it's probably more fun than Spaceship Earth.
I don't think that's much of an argument.
Yeah.
It's definitely more fun than Spaceship Earth.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I
can agree with that.
I mean, yeah, Spaceship Earth makes you kind of feel something.
Yeah.
I get that. I understand that. But if I'm looking to have fun, it's Test Track 100%.
Yeah, I can get down with that. All right, so that concludes your list. That concludes mine.
Do you have
Anything else?
Do you have any honorable mentions you want to throw in there that we didn't
Honorable
hit on?
mentions, yes. I have a couple. So a lot of them are in Magic Kingdom because that's my favorite park. But PhilharMagic, Carousel of Progress.
Oh, God. You're always going on the PhilharMagic.
Love PhilharMagic. Everyone hates it, and I love it. But
I don't hate it.
no one's like, dude.
But if I'm doing a list
PhilharMagic is
of
the
my
best.
top rides, PhilharMagic is not on there.
I just love it. Carousel of Progress, definitely
Definitely.
highlight that.
One of the only Disney classics left.
Yes. Sadly.
That they haven't touched, nor should they ever touch. But
I don't think they will. They shouldn't.
I mean, they messed with I get the Tiki Room burned down, so that they didn't really have a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they did have a choice because they have the original soundtrack and
Yeah,
knows
it's true.
what it looked like. But
Yeah. The
don't
new
get me-
Tiki Room, I'm all set.
Don't get me started
Yeah.
on that.
Peter Pan is another one.
All the classics. Jeez Louise.
Spaceship Earth is on my backup, which we just talked about. Rock and Roller Coaster as well. That was on one of my honorable mentions. What else? Muppets. That's it.
Muppets 3D.
Yes. I love that.
I think the best part of the Muppets is before you get into the ride. The queue in Muppets when you're sitting in that room and they're on the TV. I think is the funniest part of the whole.
Yeah,
show.
I love like the two old guys in the balcony too. That
Oh
come
yeah.
out. Yeah,
I like Sam Eagle. Sam Eagle's my
yeah,
favorite.
yeah. That's an honorable mention for me as well.
Those are good
Toy
ones.
Story Mania 2 is an honorable mention.
Toy Story Midway Mania,
That's what I meant. Yeah,
the shooting one.
yeah.
That's a good one. It's just like Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, but I think it's kind of a lesser version, if you ask me.
So you think Buzz Lightyear's better?
Oh yeah,
Just to clarify.
absolutely. I mean, I think one of the most fun things in Buzz Lightyear is being able to kind of control your own car, which you don't get in Midway Mania.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember I was there like right when that ride came out.
What's nice about Midway Mania though is
it was. I was waiting for so long.
Oh yeah, whenever
still,
a new ride comes out, you're gonna wait ridiculous.
It's still a pretty long wait
now,
now,
because they put it in Toy Story Land, which is the new land.
But
was the new land.
I remember it was a huge line. The queue and that's pretty cool too.
It is. I don't think I've ever waited in the standby one. I think we've always fast passed that one.
Yeah, we did not fast pass that.
But yeah, that's a good one. I think what's nice about that one versus Buzz Lightyear is, in Buzz Lightyear, if you know what to shoot, you're going to get the high score every time. Whereas in Midway Mania, it's not the case. You have to aim, you have to hit the high scoring targets to come by. And if you have someone in your car, they have the opportunity to steal them from you. So I think that's a nicer aspect of Toy Story Midway Mania versus Buzz Lightyear Space Race.
Yeah, I think the 3D thing's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I think there's more skill involved with that one versus
because you could just hit one or two things and buzz and be.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give out my secrets on that ride, at least not yet, but not in this podcast. But if you know where to shoot, you're gonna get the high score every time. Whereas in Toy Story Midway Mania, it's more skill involved. So, all right. Got any other honorable mentions?
No, that's pretty. I had a pretty short mentions list.
I got a couple honorable mentions here.
Okay.
Start with Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, but
that's fair.
That one just missed my list for Magic Kingdom. That's
probably that just missed your list.
That's probably my third favorite ride.
Okay.
I like it better than all the mountains. I think it's more fun. I think the way it rocks back and forth, I think, is a really cool dynamic.
That is definitely a cool feature.
It's not in any other ride, or at least in Disney World. I think that's really cool. It's not too fast, but it's fast enough. It's got really fun turns.
Sure.
So that's definitely on my list. Plus, I know you're a big animatronic guy. I think the animatronics in that are, obviously they're going to be cool because they're brand new.
Yes.
But I think they're really cool. They look very lifelike and realistic. So that's definitely on my honorable mentions list. The next one would be Slinky Dog Dash. I know you haven't had a chance to ride that one.
Been there since Toy Story Land's open.
That one is Rock and Roller Coaster is definitely the best thrill ride, but that's very, very close behind.
Really?
It's way faster than it looks. Or it feels faster than it looks. It's got a lot of fun hills and turns. It's got a lot of cool stuff that you don't get in other rides. Like it stops you in the middle of the ride.
Yes. Speaking of Toy Story, we have a very good article up on the on our blog about Toy Story Land.
Oh yeah, definitely check that out.
Just to shout that out,
Yeah,
we have a whole. And if you're planning a trip, we have a whole in-depth list of kind of what's going on there.
Yeah, so definitely check that out if you haven't. But it stops you right in the middle of the ride and it kind of launches you again, which is. Kind of
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's kind of a unique experience for.
I haven't watched a ride of that either, just because I want to ride it.
And all these new rides Disney's coming out with, the queues or quotes, however you want to say it, are incredible. Like this one, definitely up there.
Really?
Oh yeah, so the whole Toy Story Land is supposed to take place in Andy's backyard.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's just that. You have life-sized versions of all these toys that you played with as a kid, or at least I played with as a kid.
Yeah,
so it's just kind of cool to be walking through that, and it really makes you kind of feel like you're. For a toy, so it's definitely cool. Another one they just updated. Well, didn't just update this one, but it's been updated. Is Star Tours.
Love Star Tours.
I love Star. Honestly, before the update, I thought it was okay. Definitely wasn't one of my favorites. After the update, with all the new experiences you can have with it, it's definitely up there on my list for top 10 rides. I think it's tons of fun. I think the motion it makes you feel is cool. I kind of get motion sick on some rides. Not that one. I think it's.
My mom gets motion sick, but
like
she gets motion sick on that specifically, and not
really?
Other things. Yeah,
I can't do. I've ridden it before, but Mission Space.
I love Mission Space.
Has ruined days of vacation for me. Like
I love Mission Space.
If you close your eyes on that ride, it makes you feel because you're spinning the whole time.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that, but you're spinning the whole time. That's how it makes you feel the G forces.
Yeah.
And if you close your eyes, you're done. You'll feel that spinning, and you're going to be queasy. At least me.
I love that.
So I like this style of motion ride much better.
That's definitely reasonable.
I think
Mission Space is not for everyone.
I like how they've incorporated the new Star Wars characters into this one.
Yep.
So, another great one I think that I have on my honorable mentions list. And the last one on my honorable mentions list, which I think is weird that neither of us had this on our top 10 or 5, so I thought for sure you would, is Expedition Everest.
It was definitely almost there.
As far as thrill rides go in Animal Kingdom, it certainly can't be beat.
No.
And the nice thing about Expedition Everest now, which you don't get with a lot of the other thrill rides and big coasters and the other parks and lands, is because Pandora is an Animal Kingdom. That's primarily where all people are going to go and
Wait
get their
times are
fast
cut down a
passes.
little
So
bit.
last time I was in Disney, like even in the busiest times of the day, the standby line at Expedition Everest was no more than 50 minutes. And I mean, you usually only waited a half hour, so you could ride it a bunch of times if you wanted to, and you didn't have to wait. And
Yeah.
bang for your buck, that's the best thrill ride in Disney World right now. As far
I think
as wait time goes,
Yeah,
and what you get,
yeah.
what you
I
get.
think it was that on my list. It was between that and Thunder Mountain, and I chose Thunder Mountain over Everest.
I mean, I kind of went like park to park. My favorite ride in each park
Yeah,
was, and Magic Kingdom got 2 because I thought the People Mover had to be on there. But Expedition Everest is probably right behind Flight of Passage.
That's a favorite of mine. For sure.
It's definitely great. I mean, the Yeti was broken or not working at 100% when we were there, which is kind of disappointing. It wasn't moving; just the eyes were lighting up. I don't know if that's a change they made, or if it's just not.
I think that is a change they made.
I think I've read something about that, so it might not move anymore, which is kind of disappointing for those that got.
I remember the first time I rode that ride.
It was scary. I mean, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was a little scary.
Yeah.
But it's it's definitely cool, and I love that ride because you go forwards, you go backwards.
Yeah,
there aren't any loops, but it kind of feels like there's upside
I mean
down
it's
loops.
it's just about as a thrill seeking ride as Aerosmith is. It's
For
really
sure. It's definitely up there.
yeah.
And it's definitely worth checking out on your next vacation.
Yep.
So you got any other ones you want to throw in there last minute?
Don't think
No?
so. Like, pretty much covered my bases, I think.
All right, so that concludes our top 5 rides, and we always do a little bit of housekeeping at the end here. Again, we're working on kind of getting a way for you guys to ask us questions. You can always send us emails or comment on our social media. Which, if you don't know our social media, you can find us at Instagram at Disney Patrol _ We're on Facebook at just Disney Patrol. We have a blog, like you've mentioned, at DisneyPatrolblog.com. So you can always message us or comment on there, and we'll be more than happy to respond to you. But we're trying to get some kind of live chat going with this, so you guys can answer us questions, and we can answer those at the end of the podcast. That's what we really like to do. So keep an eye out for that. We already plugged all our social media, so definitely follow us on there to keep tabs on us. And as always, thank you for checking in. We really appreciate it. Thank you for listening. Whether you're listening on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, whatever it is, we appreciate it. And we're always trying to improve ourselves, so we love, constructive criticism.
Any feedback is appreciated.
Yeah, anything you want to, let us know, please. We love to hear it. And thank you, and we'll see you next time.